All right, good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome. It's Thursday night. We're doing a little event here with the Virtual USA Flying Club, and we're in Roundup, Montana. Going to be flying a multi-hop trip towards a little tiny airstrip called Wisdom. Yeah. On the way, I think we're going to try to go to Bozeman, and then we're fairly close actually to McCall. I think McCall is just right up. Where are you, McCall? We might extend. It just kind of depends on how we're feeling, but thanks for tuning in. Good to have you here. Hope your week has been good. We are in the Cessna 206. The scenery and the freeware Cessna, by the way, are linked over in my Discord stream schedule if you want to check that out, but you can do that kind of as you at your leisure, I guess. But here's the basic idea. Here's Bozeman, about halfway in between, so I figured that was a pretty good spot for us to make a pit stop. 117 miles. That's going to be around an hour, maybe not quite, but pretty close to that. So about 2 hours total flying time, I think, tonight to get to Wisdom. My plan is to actually just kind of travel. I might even plug a VOR in here down towards the Livingston VOR. I'm going to try to come down here and hit the interstate. I think this is I-90, if I remember correctly. So the first little, the Crazy Mountains are going to kind of be the first thing that we see that's going to guide us down. We need to go south of that. That'll put us down here towards Big Timber. And then at a certain point, whether we get to the VOR or not, that's not a big deal. If we little turned around, we'll shoot that VOR. But when we get on the interstate, then there's a little bit of a pass here, Bozeman Pass, at 5,700 feet. We've only filed 6,500, but that'll help us get through the mountains and down here into Bozeman. So that's going to be the first leg. So roughly out of here on a 2:30 heading ish, but we're really going to be looking for those Crazy Mountains. And then I don't know if I have any kind of weather. I don't really have any weather. I think there's a storm moving through our area here, and it's mainly kind of coming from the south. So I think we're probably departing that way. And it looks to me like everybody has kind of, heading up to the north end of the airfield to depart. It actually looks like we have a little bit of a crosswind here. And there is actually a little grass strip here that a guy could use if he wanted to. But we'll go ahead. We'll head up there. We can chase a bit of a crosswind. That's not a big deal. So I've got the time set. It's about 6 in the morning here, and we're going to have some fun. Hey, Bush Pilot Jesse coming in. Good evening, sir. Very nice to see you. All right, let's make sure everything is calibrated here. All my doodads, Wang and Steens are doing what they should be doing. All right, that looks good. And we are going to get the fuel. What do I have? About half a tank, probably. Yeah, that's probably good enough. We can fill up in Bozeman if we need to. All right. Kind of hard to see right now. Do I have need my flashlight here for a second? All right. Oh, hey, how are we doing? A little bit of fuel flow there. That looks good. Sweet. Nav lights can come on. Prop area is clear. Let's get this thing fired up. Outstanding. Oil pressure, RPMs. We'll let it warm up a little bit here. Jesse, how are you, man? Good to see you. Happy Thursday. Get that off. I need to get my alternator on. What's lights? It's I almost went real time. It doesn't get dark here until just a little after 8. Um, 8:14, but I was just a little bit nervous that we wouldn't be able to make it all the way to Wisdom in time, and that's an unlit field, so I wanted to make sure that we had light, and so that's why we have the morning hours here. But in the meantime, it is making it a little bit cumbersome to see things. Hey, them's my shoes. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you, man. Good evening, sir. Chunkity, chunkity, chunkity. I need some radios here. Bing and bing. 2280 is what we are going to be using. I just have the Garmin 430 in for today. It's the one thing about this plane that I don't like is that it does not yet have compatibility for the TDS GTN 750. It does have, if you're a PMS 750 user, it does have compatibility for that. But in the meantime, that's okay. This'll get the job done. 2280, I have that set already. Let's get the transponder. Oh, we're already squawking Charlie here. Okay, very good. Very good. Very good. So once that's lined up and our engines are warm, we'll be ready to rock and roll. I think the other crew, it's small crew tonight. That's okay. I think those guys are pretty well out of here, and yeah, looks like there's just a handful of us tonight, and that's okay too. I'm going to turn the Virtual USA Flying Club voice channel back on in the background there, just so in case there's a question from somebody that they can reach out. But yeah, there we go. All right, cool. So I will do this. I will put a flight plan in, mainly so that I have a little bit of an idea of how far out we are and things like that. If we really get turned around, then we can use the Magenta Highway. Alright, very nice, very nice.
Roundup traffic, 423 Charlie Lima departing.
Alrighty, JPC, one of our guys that's involved in tonight's flight. Very good to see you once again, sir. Happy Thursday. I was not going to do a briefing negative. I had the document as the briefing, so we're all good. I think the only thing I was thinking is if
I guess there is no verbal brief. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you guys were waiting, you guys can go.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, no verbal briefing. You guys, if you're ready to rock and roll, head on out, and I'll be right behind you. Golly, me and my CSLs. Man. So, anyway, I don't remember what I was about to say, but we're gonna might as well just do our run up right here. Hey, Beethoven. Hello, sir. Nice to see you, my friend. Happy Thursday, buddy. It's almost the weekend, my friend. We've got a half a day of work tomorrow. That's all I have, and then it's officially the weekend. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we may have some company coming in the form of grandkids. So, Agent Presta, what is up? Hello, hello. So nice to see you guys. All right, that's looking good. Let's mag check this bad boy. That's a healthy drop. Recover. Pretty symmetrical, I would say. So I think we're good there. pull the power back a little bit here, and I think our temps are looking pretty good. Yep. Got to really keep an eye on. This is the thing I struggled with the first time I flew this. Got to keep an eye on the CHT and the TIT. We are turbo powered, and so that's a little bit of a different beast for me, but nonetheless, really fun aircraft. I have enjoyed it, and for it to be a freeware, it's just awesome. All right, I was going to look at airport elevation 3940. So yeah, we're up here at a bit of elevation, 3940. How close are we? Gosh, not even. Wait, sorry, 3,490. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Boozy. Man, are my there we go. Boozy,
Roundup traffic, November 202.
hope things are good in your world, man. I read your message, and yeah, I hope things are okay. I wish I was closer and there's more I could do for you, but sending prayers up your way. And so anyway, let me know though if there's something else. Yeah, man. Yeah, just keep us up to date. Super Mario, good evening, everybody. So nice of you guys to be here. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, so the first time I flew this, we were tootling around, and yeah, overheated the aircraft, and actually, I mean, the engine failed. So that was terrifying, but at the same time kind of cool that it's simulated. So, and it does say that you got to kind of be careful with those temps and not push it too hard. It does also have a little bit of a configuration guide down here, so we are I don't know, I think I'm just in regular configuration right now. I'm not going to worry about it, but it's got an engine stress value here, and so if you do any of these things, if your cylinder head, your turbo inlet temps get up, your oil temps get up to a certain point, or you over RPM it, all these stress values go up. And I don't know this for a fact, but I think the closer you get to 10, the more it wants to go crashy. So we're going to stay away from that if we can. And a big part of it is this. Our cals are open. We're going to try to keep even though it's a cool day here out in the west, it does have a tendency to want to heat up a little bit. So all right, so I think everybody's gone. I think we'll be the last dude out of here, which is cool with me. Just missed the tug guy. Brakes are working. That's always a good thing. And yeah, let's rock. We're gonna head over to I think this is runway 18 south departure. Let me find out here. Taxiway Bravo. All right, cool. Oh man, I don't have any. I need some panel lights. Can I not make those? Did I have something not turned on here? Hold on here. I feel like I had lighting here before. Maybe I'm crazy, but it doesn't. A little tiny bit of light on one of the. There we go. All right, it's not much, but we don't need much. No intake on this bad boy. This is old school, man. Roundup traffic, stationary November 11816 on the taxi Bravo. Roundup. We're going up to 18 here for 164 departure. It will get nice and bright here, I promise. We're not at sunset. We're at sunrise. And planning a trip. This is Montana. And we're going from kind of the, sort of the central part of the state into the western mountains. We're going to stop. If you know where Billings, Montana is, we're basically starting just north of Billings. And we're going to make a pit stop at Bozeman, Montana. Bozeman is basically right where the mountains kind of start in Montana. It's not really on the, the upslope or anything. It's really in a beautiful, picture-perfect location. I think I've been there many times. I really like Bozeman. So, yeah, we'll hit that, and then the trip will get interesting because we're gonna have to really plan. We're not. I mean, I suppose we would be able to fly over the top, but what's the fun in that? We're gonna try to pick our way through a couple of spots here, and I've got some ideas, but it is weather dependent. As there's a pretty good winter storm working through the area. It's surprisingly nice here, but you can kind of see some things off in the distance there. I don't know. This may be far north enough that we're not really worried too much about it. All right. So we said roughly a 2:30 heading, and yes, I am going to be Captain Autopilot tonight. $2:30 towards Big Timber, and then we're going to pick up the interstate and head westbound. That's going to take us to Bozeman Pass, where we can be happy at 6,500. And yeah, life will be good. Nobody coming that way. Flaps. We don't need any flaps for takeoff. That's one thing I learned about this plane. And indeed, most Cessnas, I guess. Well, hello, Nick. Welcome, man. Roundup traffic. Station error 11806, departing 16. Will be a right crosswind departing the area to the southwest. Roundup. Alright. And I think we're good. We're good. I'm going to go Lapido, strobe, landing beacon. Oh, I should have the beacon on already. And I'll do fuel pumps for departure here. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. Hey, yeah. Yes, sir, Nick. I guess I didn't really know that about Cessnas. I thought that pretty much everything was made to be flaps 1 for takeoff. But that, like I said, it's amazing what you learn. Even after you've flown for a long time, you just pick up little things like that. That's something that you think would be fundamental, right? But no, every time you fly, you learn something else. Okay, we're heading up, trying to not over RPM. Okay, there we go. Takeoff power set. And now away we go. She does not exactly jump off the line. She's not going to win a drag race, to say the least, but she is surprisingly capable in terms of short field performance, because it doesn't take much. You get her up above 60 and she wants to fly. So speaking of that, I'm going to go ahead and let it go to about 70, which is right there. We'll just lift it a little. Yep, she's flying. A little crosswind there, as you can see, that shifted us over a bit, but I'm okay with that. There's our friend who got out ahead of us. Awesome. We'll see you later, Roundup. Nice little field. Start to make our turn here. About 2:30, I said. Well, if it's real short field, yeah. But Nick, what I kind of have heard, and you can correct me on this for sure, is that you still you still start the takeoff roll without, and then as you get airspeed, once you get your airspeed up above 50, then you throw your flaps on. So, but like I say, I don't know for a fact that that's how you do it, but it's a little bit like a Super Cub in that regard. So, yeah, I had a couple of IRL pilots that had some experience in this plane tell me that. So, I thought that was really interesting. But yeah, because for me, I would think short field, like if I'm in the Kodiak, right? I set 2 notches of flaps. I shove that throttle forward until the brakes can't hold it, and then we roll, man. We rock and roll. But I guess that's not how you do it with this bad boy. So we're doing good there. My manifold pressure is maybe a little bit. It's maybe a little bit high. I don't need to climb at 1200. Let's do 1,000 feet a minute. We're on our heading. We'll keep the magenta line up here just again for a little bit of a reference. But again, remember we're aiming to go south. We're not going direct Bozeman here because we want to pick up that interstate. But all right, so 24. We can come back to 30 inches on the continuous, and I think we're doing pretty good. Iowa Scotsman, good evening, Ron. So, Nick, how it was explained to me is that the flaps in the Cessna are like they act as more of a drag on that initial takeoff roll than they do as a lift generator, and so if you want to get your airspeed, you keep everything up, you get it rolling, and then when you get to your spot, if you need that extra lift, then you can pop them in, and because they do deploy pretty quickly, not like a Super Cub, obviously, or any kind of, well, I guess Super Cub. I don't know if the regular Cub has it, but like with those Super Cubs or Kit Fox, right? Like it's just automatic as you pull the lever. But yeah, kind of interesting. So there's the mountain range coming into view, and we want to stay just to the south of that. That's kind of where Big Timber is, and that's what we're aiming for, and that's the interstate kind of runs right along here. And it's getting lighter and lighter out there. Yeah, 1 to 2 seconds. Yeah, so anyway, that's us. And 30 and 24 I'm happy with. We're just going to run it right there for now, and just keep, like I say, keep an eye on our temps. We're doing 160 is awesome. That's about where we're going to live tonight, and yeah, should be good. Let's give you a little sunrise view here. We're getting close, guys. Oh, I like that. Wait, I can make it even better. Sunrisey. Man, I tell you what, again, the one thing about doing this It is almost instant relaxation. Ha. All right, I hope I didn't miss anybody who came in, by the way. Happy Thursday. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Melvin Lee Road channel. My name is Brant. Welcome, Nick Gressler. Nick, great to see you. Welcome, Iowa Scotsman. Ron, hello. Super Mario, greetings and salutations. Boozy, freaking sheep. Boozy, you'll have to tell me what ended up being the problem with your configuration in X-Plane the other day, getting me a white cross. We got Agent Presta. Hello, sir. Thanks for the barking dog emotes there. That's awesome, dude. We got Beethoven as well. Chris. Woof woof. Much puppy dog love to you, my friend. And Jet Pilot Cinnamon as well, Mike. Good evening, sir. I'm so glad you could make it. I know you were thinking you wouldn't be able to. It's great to have you here. Also checking in at the beginning there is our friend Them's My Shoes, Kevin. Howdy, sir. Kevin, we tend to run into each other a lot in the flight sim lurking channel community. I don't know how you say that. No matter where I go, I find you. You are active. That's awesome. It's like a friendly face. And Bush Pilot Jesse. Jesse, how's it going, man? I hope you're doing well. This is a little bit of bush flying. It's not going to be. It's more like flying from country farm to country farm flying, but you know, it's in that genre, I guess. That's right. Almost all the U.S. states have straight line borders. Idaho has a zigzag border. Is there a historical reason for this? Yeah. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it's has something to do with either a river or continental divide, right? So I don't know 100%, but I do think that the Snake River doesn't run up there. So perhaps it's, you know what, actually, now that I think about it, I'm not looking it up. Let's see who knows. I'm going to pull up a map. That's all. That's it. I'm going to pull up a map. And here's what our friend Beethoven is saying. Well, maybe I just need a map. Can I just take a... I don't want to search too specifically here, because I don't want to give it away, but like, so right here, this is the border that he's talking about. He's wanting to know if there's a reason, and I almost think that there's a river. I think there's a river that tracks this, but I don't. The Columbia River is kind of more out here. The Snake River goes down into here and becomes the Colorado River. I don't, that's my guess, I guess, is that I'm going to say that it's river related. But it might also be the Continental Divide runs kind of through this area too. So it is possible. You know what we could do is this. Hold on. That's a great question. That's a great question. Let's zoom out, and here's what I'm going to do. I have no idea where it's at. Let's do a map view. All right, here we go. This might be good. All right, so there we go. There we go. So this will give us a nice. So here it is, guys. Here's the border, and it is a ziggy-zaggy. Does not appear to be following a river. Honestly, there's a little bit of a river. If I get in close enough, ooh, that's ugly. I'm guessing that it must be related to the Continental Divide. I don't know. I'd be interested to hear the real answer for that. Do you, any of you guys have a theory before we Google search it? Man, that's beautiful. Preston, it's good having you here, man. You guys add to the vibe is the thing, right? You're what makes it relaxing. I think also, right, it was part of the Louisiana Purchase, and so maybe it bumped up between the Louisiana Purchase and maybe another block of land at the time. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna research it. I'm gonna research it. Let's see what it says. Largely result of political maneuvering and economic advantage. Okay. Yeah, all right, so hold on. Idaho Territorial Supreme Court Justice Sidney Edgerton was persuaded by Montana residents to lobby Congress for a border along the Bitterroots instead of the Continental Divide, which was originally proposed by Idaho. This was largely because most of the gold activity was west of the Bitterroot. So, all right. So ultimately, I guess, the legend of the drunken surveyors. Oh my gosh. While a popular story exists, it's not supported by evidence. All right. So the line, okay. The line Congress chose was mainly the Bitterroot Range and farther south the Continental Divide. The boundary seemed entirely satisfactory to people of Montana, who suggested it and prevailed in Congress. And yeah, so you know what? I didn't think about that. Like gold was the discovery of gold is a huge reason why a lot of the western states exist. They were territories until the gold rush, and then they got enough population that they could lobby to become a state. And I almost hate to take my camera away from this view, you guys. This is awesome. So that is curious. That's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Well, I tell you what, the Western VATSIM skies tonight, I thought we'd have more, because this is, like I say, this is a big snowstorm. It's been snowing all day here, and we're supposed to end up with 10 inches of snow by the morning. And so I'm really shocked that maybe they're all getting ready to staff up Minneapolis or something. I do know it's Thursday, and there's always an event in Toronto on Thursday, but I'm a little surprised. It's like we got Front Range, kind of some of the Denver and Centennial, Jeffco. But this is us. This is our motley crew. Like I say, I think we've got 5 or 6 guys flying right now. Yep. There's that Mike. I'm not sure why it's showing him as a jet. He's in the Mooney. Chandler is in the Piper. Super Mario's in the Baron. Right? Is that the Baron, Mario? I'm doing the thing in the 206. What's Travis flying tonight? That's right, Skyhawk. He told me that. Or Skylane. He told me that. We got a couple of Skylanes, I think. Oh, PC-12 for David. Oh, good. Good little representation. Somebody here getting ready to rock and roll. Oh, Nick. Nick's getting ready to head out as well. Very cool. And the F-44. What? It's an F-44. I don't know that. Bonanza. Thank you. Thank you. Is that the V-tail? Super Mario? Yeah, I just pressed it. So in the Rockies, the springtime is actually our snowiest time of year, if you can believe it. We get the most moisture, the most big snowstorms in April and May. Straight tail 6-seat conversion. Ah, man, it's good to have you fly along with us. Thank you very much. All right, well, I'm going to hop back in, guys. We'll come back out. We can take a peek around here, but I'm going to get back in because I want to make sure that we are, yeah, still kind of tracking. We want to be south of this, and we should have that interstate kind of coming through here. April showers, man. They do, though. Like our flowers, the flowers that grow here love this stuff. Like, if we get 4 days of sunny weather, man, my grass will be ready to mow. It's just crazy. Yep, I do live pretty close to 757 Spy. I do, just a little south of him, about 4 hours south of him. But I've been to Billings many times. It's a good town. I like Billings. How are we doing? Temp-wise, RPMs we've kept in the green. Everything here I think was looking very green and happy. Yeah, and I actually am not in Montana. I'm south. I live in Wyoming. But you go about straight south of Billings, and you run right into my front door. So, yep. I'm about 6 hours from Denver, and about 6 hours from Salt Lake City, and about 4 hours from Billings. It's a pretty good place to be, honestly. You can you're close enough to those places, you can access it, and the good things that come along with it, but you're also far enough away, and so if you want to get away from it all, you can. I was a little nervous today, I'll be honest with you. One of the things about living out here is, yes, it's nice to be kind of in a more rural part of the world, but sometimes like things like these big snowstorms get in the way of good internet service. And most of what we have now is fiber optic, and it's all buried and good to go, but you still run into a few problems here and there. Somewhat of a long drive. Well, Nick, yeah, but like you got to understand, like the nearest decent size, well, the nearest city to me is 2 hours away. I mean, we have other small towns that are close by, but if I want to get to a place that's more than 50,000, it's 2 hours away. So that to me is like that's a normal drive. So 4 hours is, yeah, I mean, it's not something you want to do every day, but it's not too bad. 6 hours down to Denver. I don't know if it's the 6 or if it's the fact that the last 2 hours is in Denver traffic, but that does wear me out a little bit. All right, let's do this just out of curiosity. Find out things about our streamers. Yeah, and I kind of always feel bad about pointing stuff like that out, because I definitely don't want to dox anybody. I don't want to give away anybody's location if they don't want that. But I know Dave's not been shy about like letting people know where he lives, and I mean, he doesn't probably advertise it, and I understand he's kind of a big name and you don't need that headache. But Yeah, let's tune this guy in. Let's see if we get. Let's see what starts to come to life here. So this guy, if I'm doing a pretty good job, I should be pretty well heading straight towards it. Let's see how close we are. This NDB or OBS is seeming to favor that, but let's see what the needles say. Yeah, I'm maybe just a little bit north, of course, but not bad. I'll live with that. If I'm just dead reckoning right now, and depending on the wind, you know. When I go places, so our local airport is a connector. It's a feeder hub to Denver. So that's mainly where I fly out of is here down to Denver and then to wherever. But in some cases, the cost of just making the little trip, it's only about an hour to fly from here to Denver, but it adds sometimes it adds like $1,000 to the price of the ticket, you know, 500 each way. So if it's just me, I'm okay with that. But if it's like if I'm flying with somebody else, my wife or something, a lot of times we'll just drive to Denver. We'll fly directly out of Denver. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So my home airport, it's a little regional airport, and it connects us to Denver. So that's usually how we do it. But like I said, if we found a really good price to fly out to Flight Sim Expo, and it was stupid cheap, like $400 a person round trip, and to fly from Denver. But to fly from my little regional airport, it was like $1,200 a person. So I mean, it really significantly increased the cost. And so my wife and I were going to drive down to Denver and fly out of there when we go to Flight Sim Expo. Some folks will fly from Casper, which is again not too far away from where I live, but it's another connector airport. Like it goes it connects you direct to Denver basically. But they do have some flights like there's a direct flight from Casper to Las Vegas and stuff like that. Then a few people, if they like flying Delta, they'll actually go to either Jackson Hole or all the way to Salt Lake City, and they'll fly Delta that way. In May, you have the German community with a big stream event. No date yet, but 2 real-life captains. Oh, man. Hey, that's cool. That'd be fun. So yeah, I really try to support our local regional airport here, and our overall, like, our boardings are up, but it sure is nice having that if you need it. But I sure do wish it wasn't. I sure wish it didn't add so much to the cost. I think United kind of screws the little communities over, if I'm being honest. And I do wish we had another option, but we just don't. So if the roads are crap, you're paying the extra money to fly. Alright, hey guys, I think we have potentially, looks like a little river, and then I think maybe our interstate's going to be running along that way as well. Bozeman, by the by, here. What is our CTAF? 1820, am I reading that correctly? Tower, 18 decimal 2. And I suppose that a guy could come to Billings and fly out of Billings too. But I think Billings is kind of like a lot of the airports around here. I think it just connects you to Salt Lake or Denver. So I know Bozeman has direct flights though to like Seattle. They have Alaskan Air. You can fly to Seattle and kind of get out to the West Coast directly from Bozeman, which is cool. But yeah, the busiest airport in Wyoming is Jackson Hole, and the least busiest airport in Wyoming is Central Wyoming Regional, which is my little home airport. I like to joke with everybody and I tell people, hey, we're the 9th busiest airport in the state. The 9th busiest. Well, it's out of 9. We're the least busy. Actually, I take it back. It's out of 10. The least busy airport, the least busiest airport that offers passenger service is ironically Cheyenne, which is our state capital, but it's not busy because it's like an hour or even less to drive to Denver from Cheyenne, so nobody flies out of Cheyenne unless they're flying the other way. Yeah, Jackson's a big ski destination for sure, and very affluent, right? So like lots of folks fly into and out of there, and so not only is it the highest in terms of passenger boardings, but it's also got a massive amount of general aviation and private jets and things like that. It's quite interesting driving into Jackson. You got all this pristine wilderness, and then you got a 757 coming in, or an A319. Well, I don't know if the 75s come in there anymore, but you always every so often you got these big passenger jets coming in. It's pretty cool. Not 100% sure which river this is. I know the Madison River is in kind of around here somewhere. The Gallatin, it might be the Gallatin that we're looking at. But there's a bunch of rivers. This could also be the Yellowstone. Honestly, maybe the Yellowstone. But we should come into, I know we're not right on the money, but we're heading pretty darn close to the Livingston VOR. And you know what I should have done? I wonder, can I set? Yeah, let's, I haven't really used this. Let's, yeah, we're 19 miles out. I guess it's already set and running. Yep. So that's to Livingston, and then from Livingston we have 30 miles until we are at Bozeman. Bozeman right now, weather-wise, it is 10 statute miles of visibility broken at 7,000, so we should be underneath that. The winds 150 at 14. So it looks like that would make runway 12 for us. And you know what? They've got a little grass runway I've never landed at. 11 Golf, 11 grass. Should we land on the grass? We see if we can land on the grass runway. And they've got a little GA apron over here. They got a bunch of hangars here. I think even like a little FBO over here. But if we landed on this grass runway, we could taxi Bravo 3 Charlie 2 back up here. Let's do it. That's 2,800 feet. That's plenty long. I think that sounds good. Untowered commercial. Yeah, it's quite a place. It's quite a place. Oh shoot, I just closed that. I didn't mean to close that. And I think we're a left-hand pattern. Yep, to runway 11. I'm just going to double check that real fast here. Yep, it doesn't specify, so we're left-hand. We'll fly left-hand pattern. Turf in good condition. That's us, baby. All right, good deal. Yeah, never have landed there before. I've landed up here a few times, but never have hit the grass runway. This would be kind of fun. We're at about 10 miles from Livingston. Livingston is a really beautiful area as well, but if I'm not mistaken, I think it owned the title. Yeah. If you Google the windiest town in Montana, you're gonna get Livingston. So it's a really pretty place. So it's right. So this is definitely the Yellowstone River. It is right down there, and it's like an outdoor paradise, man. There's all kinds of stuff you can do in the area, but it's just breezy. It is a breezy place. Wonder what the one would be. I would say Casper. I'm going to vote Casper before I push enter. It is. Oh, Rollins. Yeah, Rollins. Followed by Cheyenne and Laramie. Yeah. Keeps the bugs off you, though, right? Okay, so when we get here, and I think I see the Livingston Airport, I'm still looking to find I want the interstate, guys. Where's my interstate? And generally speaking, I think that might be Bozeman Pass right there. So the road does run kind of, the interstate kind of runs to the southwest for a little bit and then turns. I'm almost positive that's our pass, and if we find the correct pass, again, we should be fine at 6,500. Bozeman Pass is like 5,700. So anyway, we should be good. We'll get on the ground, by the way, in Bozeman. I'm gonna refill my coffee and take a little stretch break. I've been going for about an hour, so I would suggest you guys do the same. But let's do this here as well. Still have that beautiful backlighting. The dawn coming up here. It would look just as nice in real time with the sunset, but like I said, I'm just not sure I can make it all the way to Wisdom before it gets too dark. So I'm holding off. There's our interstate. We're flying right along it, and so we're definitely heading in the right direction here, guys. This is the easy navigational part, by the way. what comes after Bozeman is what's going to be tricky. So the cool thing about tonight, though, is we're actually getting a little bit of a tailwind. Winds in Bozeman right now, or in Livingston, excuse me, are 0.9 or 0.13. So we're getting a little bit of an east wind, kind of a helper wind. In Bozeman, they're a little more out of the south, 150. But yeah, that's cool. And then, you know, as we get closer to Wisdom, it's hard to tell because we're really truly in and amongst the mountains. And again, I think in general, as you get into these mountain ranges, like the wind sort of is channeled in and among the valleys. So the prevailing wind maybe, you know, generally comes from the west, but as it gets into the different areas, like I do think it's like a little bit of a stream and a little bit of a current. But yeah, here's this is Livingston. So when we come in, when I drive, I take this road here, which is just super awesome, beautiful. It takes us right in over the river there. You always got a bunch of float trips going on and people fishing, and then through the town. The town itself is kind of a cool old timey, you know, town, and then yeah, you zip on out of here. So for us, let's see, actually I think our interstate takes us this way, so we're going to head that way. Yeah, if we were to go this way, it would take us down kind of towards Yellowstone Park. Not doing the national park today, so we'll go ahead. We'll turn a little bit westbound here, and we'll just kind of, again, we're just being lazy pilots today, just chilling on a Thursday night. And open. I'm just going to double check here. Yeah, I think this is a drive we're taking if you're ever up here, because this takes you in. This is one of the gates that takes you into Yellowstone. It takes you past some pretty spectacular views. Yeah, it's the Gardner entrance. Takes you past the Grand Canyon of the Yellowstone, and really nice way to go in there. We'll have to do a little bit of a heli tour or something one of these days. Now we'll turn a little bit, twisty turny, and again, you know, like driving the interstate over a pass it's really an amazing thing. If you've never had a chance to do it, I suggest take a road trip someday, and there's, whether it's Interstate 90, which is taking you over Bozeman Pass, or Interstate 80, which is taking you over the Three Sisters, and kind of, you know, whatever, like Interstate 70 out of Denver takes you, you know, through some gold mining country, and I mean, it's just worth it. And there's one that just, like, you could spend 4 or 5 summers just doing that. I'm not a big fan of interstate driving, but it does. Some interstates are different than others. Now, if you're a trucker, you're freaking hating this. It's windy, weather's not generally that good. There's lots of traffic, but man, there's a lot of trucks that take this trip. All right, so we're counting away. We're probably about 20 miles out of Bozeman, maybe a little less. And again, we are planning a runway 11. Let's see here. I might come off of that and just spin this around to 11. Planning a left-hand, enter a left-hand downwind to the grass runway 11 for a little stop. Fuel-wise, let's see. I actually haven't. Feel like we're in pretty good shape here. We'll take a look. We'll take a look. We've burned a little bit, but we'll take a look. All right, time to fly. Let the pilots pick out the approach phase on behalf of their rich passengers. Well, I tell you what, Bozeman is almost getting to be like Jackson Hole, I think, in terms of the affluence, and I think the airport is getting to be that same type of place. Like, I don't know, like you could fly a 206 in there probably, but I don't know, like, it's probably an expensive landing fee, and I'm sure that all the biz jets would be wondering why you were parked next to them. Did I get off I might have gotten off my interstate a little bit here. Did I? Oh, maybe not. I think we might be all right. Now we're good. We're good. This is Bozeman Pass right here, I think, guys. Very cool. So we'll just stay right along the interstate, and the airport is actually off on the northern, our right-hand side. But yeah, I remember telling the story that I had a friend here locally that co-owned I think it was a Cessna 310. Anyway, a really nice, twin Cessna, right? Like you don't think of that as being some little rinky-dink plane, right? But he said he hated flying to Jackson Hole because he couldn't get anybody to freaking help him out, because they looked at his plane and they just almost looked down their noses at him. They wouldn't refuel it for him, and like he said, I almost had to have an act of Congress to get fuel to get back over the hill. So he hated flying into there, and I'm thinking to myself, man, it's like, wow. Oh, here we go. Bozeman GA fees. Thank you, Chris. How much are we paying to set this bad boy down? So parking fee. So that's not bad. $10 is probably. What do you think? We can't be more than about 13,000. 10 to. We'll round up. Maybe we're in that 12.5 to 30,000 range. But $30 a day. But the landing fee. $3 per 1,000 pounds. That doesn't sound actually half bad. I wonder what it is for Jackson Hole. Chris, do you mind researching K Juliet Alpha Charlie? That doesn't actually sound half bad. I'm sorry I badmouthed you, Bozeman. Bozeman traffic. Stationary November 11816, 10 miles to the east of the field at 6,000. We're maneuvering for left downwind on the grass runway 11, Bozeman traffic. So there's the main runway. Let's just stay kind of north of that. And I think I forgot.
Just remember when you get there, guys, the CTF's wisdom is 122.9er.
Roger, thank you. Copy.
Dang, they're already there. Holy cow. They're fast. They're fast. Bozeman's 4,400, so 5.5 for us is a pattern altitude. All right, cool. So let's I'm gonna try to pull some power here and get into the pattern. We'll do a little math on our landing fee here, because we wouldn't have to pay a ramp fee because we're not staying, unless that ramp fee just means just parking fee. So yeah, even if we just park for a little bit, I guess we have to pay that. But I'm thinking we're getting in here for less than $100, which is a lot for me, the average Joe. But for aviation, that doesn't sound horrible. Is that just me? Am I crazy? For a big, I mean, this is Bozeman International, so I don't know. We shall see. So the GA at Jackson is $5.11. So yeah, so almost double what you're paying at Bozeman. I'll be darned. Okay, I'll be darned. So that's the little things that get you, man. All right, we're in flaps range. I'm gonna put one notch of flaps out, and then we're gonna just try to get ourselves down into the pattern here, folks, and try to see if we can find our grass runways on this side of the main runway here. Might be kind of hard to see. Bozeman traffic, stationary 816 is left downwind, runway 11. Bozeman traffic. There's the uploaded to the fees document. Probably a little far out, but I'm not sure exactly. Like, I'm almost thinking like that dark green might kind of be where we're at, but I don't know if this scenery either. This is a freeware scenery. I don't know how well it renders the grass runway. So there is also a crosswind runway right here if we ever needed it. But I want to see if I can find and hit that grass runway. You don't get a chance to do that very often. Well, hello, Mr. Complete Freedom. Sam, welcome. Happy Thursday, buddy. Nice to see you, dude. I'm doing very well, sir. Very well. I'm a half a day away from a weekend and potentially hanging out with grandkids. And so, yeah, life is good. I'm about to go refill my decaf here and try to land on a grass runway. Yeah, man. All right, so the contingency plan, by the way, if we can't find the grass runway, there's supposed to be like a little GA runway over here too, so hopefully we can find one of those. Bozeman traffic, stationary 816 is left base runway 11, Bozeman. And if neither of those work, then I guess we stay in the pattern, we come around, we land on the main runway. Alright, am I seeing it? We're we're just gonna roll down here and see what we find out. Bozeman traffic, stationary 816 is turning final 11. Grass runway, Bozeman. Okay, I kind of see something. It looks like this might be the other GA runway. And the grass runway is supposed to be right in between it and the main runway. So let's take ourselves over there. And let's see what we see. Am I right on this? I'm going to pull up the chart again real fast. The diagram. Yeah, grass runway is right in the middle here. Okay. We've got bush tires on, by the way, so we can, we can pretty much land wherever we want to, if I'm being totally honest. All right, gas is on the fullest tank. Mixture props are, undercage is welded. Mixture props, forward lights are on. Bozeman traffic, stationary 16 short final for the grass runway 11, Bozeman. Looking. It should be right here. I guess I don't really see one. Oh, maybe that's it. Do you suppose that's it there? Oh, well, you know what? We're just going to call this it. I don't see anything specific, but this is grass. We've got bush tires. There's maybe one of the taxiways we were supposed to use. Yeah, I don't think it was modeled. That's okay. Bozeman traffic, stationary 816 crossing 11 on the grass taxi back to the GA. Landing fee in Aspen is $9.18 per 1,000 pounds. Oh my lord. Oh, now wait a second. Okay, hold on, wait a second. Let me come back over here. Maybe this was the grass runway. I think maybe this was it. I think this was maybe it, you guys. Alright, yeah. I think it was. Alright, so there's supposed to be a GA area over here. Clearly it's not modeled, so we're gonna just do this. We're gonna kind of come over here. We're gonna just chill for a second. Let's turn off some things here and set the parking brake. Flaps coming up, and what is our fuel situation? Now, we ran it pretty darn conservative. Yeah.
Fixie.
We're gonna hot refuel here. Get fixins. What's going on, man? Hello. All right. You caught me, Brett, just at a time where I'm gonna take a little break. Ooh, very avant-garde here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So we made up our own runway. Good fixins. We thought this was a runway, and then we thought there was a grass runway in between this and the other runway. But in my defense, this is what I'm seeing on the chart. Okay. Like this guy here, and then 11 grass. So, but I also don't see a GA or apron. But at least we can say we landed on the grass runway, even if it really wasn't necessarily modeled as correctly as we had hoped. Alright. I feel the need for more coffee. So if you guys can forgive me for just a second, I'm going to head up, refill my decaf, and I'll be right back. I'm on the ground, Bozeman, by the way, heading into Wisdom. If anybody is curious and want to fly along with me for the last little bit here, this is where I am and where I'm going, and the route command's not working, so I'll have to fix that as well. All right, be right back. I am back. All right, so we are now going to Wisdom, and this part of the trip is going to take a little planning. So let's see here. Here's us, Bozeman. Here's my thought. We have, again, a nice Interstate 90 that will lead us fairly well right up here to the Coppertown VOR. And so that's going to be the general westbound route. That's going to take us, it looks like we've got a little bit of a, we're going past Butte, Montana, Burt Mooney Field, and I don't know, Pipestone Pass. I don't know if that's down here. I think it might be. So it's 6,400. I'm not sure what the interstate's going to be, but we're going to file 6,500 and then we're going to adjust as we need. But once we get to here, this is the part that's going to be kind of funky. I think what I'd like to do is right before we get to the Coppertown VOR, you can see there's a left-hand turn here. And we're going to follow this road down to the this fork by the town of Dewey. There's the Wise River airport right here. And we're going to try to follow it and see if we can sneak our way along this road and down the Big Hole River into Wisdom. So that, again, is the rough plan. Obviously, it's going to be pretty impossible to put that into a GPS, but we'll kind of do this just to, give ourselves an idea. But again, follow I-90 as we get close to the Coppertown VOR. Actually, I probably could just come over here, couldn't I? And just put that waypoint right there. Hang a left, and I'm seeing 6,000. I'm seeing Dewey's at 5,800. This is 6,000. Here's a 7,000 foot ridge, but I'm hoping that we can sneak through, because otherwise, we could, if we stayed along the interstate here, we could probably at Anaconda just shoot straight down and make our way down through, but I don't know exactly what the elevation is. So, and plus this will be a little bit easier, or a little bit more interesting from a navigational standpoint. So yeah, if you guys are okay with that, you okay with that, Coach? All right, bud. Let's taxi up to the grass runway and get the heck out of here. Taxi lights. Here we go. Good, Fixins. How are you, man? Up and away. Indeed. We probably could just take off right from here, but we'll pretend that there is a little taxiway on the map, but yeah. I think it's X-Plane. There's actually a really nice payware Bozeman traffic. Stationary 816 is taking off runway 11. The grass runway will be left-hand downwind turnout westbound Bozeman. All right, let's get lined up here and get ready to rock. Okay, we're going to rotate around 70. Flaps are indeed up. Pulling the RPMs back just a tad ski. And throttle. Watching that manifold coming up. That looks pretty good. Right there. Here we go. We'll be kind of gentle with it here because, again, we're not ultra short field. We've got almost 3,000 feet. That should be plenty for this guy. Airspeed's alive. I'm going to slap a notch in at 60 here and show you kind of what. Boom, there's the 60, and we're up. Which I thought was kind of a cool technique. And because it's very much, again, very much like flying a carbon cub or something. There we go. Let the airspeed build here a little bit. Bozeman traffic. Stationary at 16 is left crosswind 11, Bozeman. Let's climb, climb, climb. Ooh, I should update my flight plan here as well, because I think the flight plan I currently have in is only to as far as Bozeman. And you know what I also didn't do is I also didn't put the arrival field into my 530. So we'll have a little bit of work on the way out of here. Bozeman traffic, stationary 816 is turning left downwind. Runway 11 will be departing the area. Currently climbing 5,200. Will be departing westbound, Bozeman. All right, flaps up. Keeping an eyeball on RPM and manifold pressure. I'll bring back the manifold just a little bit here. And I'm going to go up to 6,500. I'm going to set my heading bug to 270. We will go ahead and go back on the heading. And I'm going to arm that. And that'll give me a chance to do what I should have done while I'm on the ground. See you later, Bozeman. As I cut across arriving traffic pattern here. I'm sure that's exactly what you're supposed to do. Oops. Flight to plan. Let's do a menu. Let's do a delete C206. Let's re-enter Bozeman. Oh gosh, it's not BOZ, it's BZN, Bozeman Yellowstone. There we go. And then it's 7 Sierra 4. There we go. Alright, so yeah, about another 90 miles, 95 miles with a little bit of zigging and zagging as we go. Now the first thing I need to do is make sure I'm on my, am I on my interstate highway? There it is. Alright, got to turn a little bit more northbound here. Oops, I didn't capture my altitude here, did I? Let's capture ALT. I thought I armed it, but I must not have got it clicked. So let's just level for now and pull back on the manifold. Let's go 30 and 24. That was a pretty good power setting for us on the way up. And now I can, let's go ahead and, it's not letting me, let's descend 500 a minute. We'll keep an eye on everything now because it's easy to overspeed on the descent. Okay, I see the interstate out here, which is good. We're following that guy. And I can put in, I think I'll put in, so the first VOR that we're actually heading towards is the Whitehall VOR 1370. So let's go ahead, let's put that in. 1370. Just so we can make sure we're heading in the right direction. Yeah, we're a little north of our track here, aren't we? But again, that's the interstate's going to take us that way. It loops up, kind of loops up north, and then it kind of comes back down to it. So I'm just going to let this guy sort of be our guide for right now. I'm not going to worry about centering up the VOR. All right, airspeed's good. RPMs are staying under control. Manifold pressure staying good. Temperatures are good. The amps are amping. The vacs are vacking. I think life is good. And we're flying in Montana, man. How fun would it be to have a stationaire to fly across Montana? I mean, come on. How much beer could you hold in the back? Like, you could pack your whole camping deal. You could be like Rich Wellner, man. You could just be landing in people's fields, camping out, and making, you know, kielbasa and all kinds of crazy steak dishes. And oh man, guy lives the life. Of course, he flies a mall. I think all things considered, I'd rather have a stationaire, man. I think that thing would get you there a little. Well, I don't know. Those malls are pretty. They can move. You guys know who I'm talking about, right? You follow Rich Wellner. If you don't, let me pull him up here. I don't know what if does he go by. Yeah. All right.
Beautiful area. Thanks for the flight tonight, Brent. Catch you guys around.
Hey, I'm glad you made it, Mike. Always a pleasure to fly with you, buddy. Have a great night.
See you,
You
Mike.
as well. Good night, guys.
So you're welcome. Boy, has Mike been ultra loud all night long tonight, you guys? I'm spiking red, and I don't know why. Let me turn that down. Sorry. Feel like I've been shot all over the place, right in your face, right deep down in your ears, making your. Okay, that's more like it. Literally every time I queue up Streamlabs, my audio levels are different. But yeah, Rich is the man. There's his mall, and he flies to the most beautiful places, camps out, and cooks these dishes that you have no business cooking on an open fire. I mean, we've been there before. Bush League trip. So yeah, anyway, check it out. He's a pretty good content creator for sure. Join me as I fly to cool places to camp and cook. I mean, that guy, he's a legend. He is. He's a legend. So, I have no idea why my route command did not work. Did I misspell it? R-O-U-T-E. That should be working. That should be working. Well, anyway, you saw where we're headed. There's a slight chance, kind of depending on how everybody's feeling, how the weather's treating us, which I am shocked at how beautiful it is right now, because it is just an absolute blizzard where I live. White and windy, but if the weather holds, we may take this stationaire a little further. We may go into maybe into McCall or something. I only have to survive a half day tomorrow, so I feel like I can stay up a little bit late if I need to. All right, so you can kind of see the track here, right? Going out there. More than anything, we're looking for these little valleys and mountain peaks and things like that. Yeah, Whitehall will keep us for the most part right along the interstate, and we should be good at 6,500 to that point. Now after that, again, you can see the terrain behind. It's possible we may need to climb. We might need to go to 8.5, which I think is very doable for this airplane. But after we get to Whitehall, which is about 20 miles, 23 miles, and we have another 22 miles to our turnoff. I think it's about 25 miles to the Coppertown VOR, but then we're turning right before that to head south. And it is I-15 that we're going to be following there, that heads us south towards Dillon. And yeah, basically we're sort of, I actually think we might be, are we getting into, we're very near the, yeah, we're near the border of Montana at this point. But anyway. Well, good fixins, I've got good news and bad news. The good news is, I guess, well, the good news is I saved myself about $40 today. And the bad news is it's because Flight Sim Studios did not include a Western Airlines livery in the passenger variant of the soon-to-be released 727. So I'm not ultra interested in that aircraft, but that is the one thing that would make me want to buy it, is if there was a swizzle stick Western Airlines livery for that sucker. That's my all-time favorite livery of all time. Yeah, the Department of Redundancy Department. This is the livery. There's a couple variants of it. Okay, so the one that I
Swanson?
Maybe it's on the briefcase. Look on the...
Oh, yeah! It's right here. Samsonite. I was way off. I knew it started with an S, though.
I think we're clear of the train, but this white with the black nose, Italian hands. But the piece de resistance is if you can get your hands on a bare aluminum with the red swizzle stick. That right there. If FSS said that was included with the purchase, it would be a day one buy for me, even though I do not need it. And then the other thing, this is also breaking news. Breaking news. I have just learned that Hangar Studio 713 is having a spring sale. So that's another wallet buster right there. I'm gonna have to announce that on my deal here. So Hangar Studio, and I'm just gonna pull this up. I don't normally, well, yes I do. I promote developers that I like. So Hangar Studio. Let me see if I can find Hangar Studio 713. So I have just bought the Ryan Navion. But I didn't realize that he has actually a number of kind of cool airplanes. So there's the twin Navion. There's the trainer, the military trainer, and then they bundled them for 30 bucks. This is the one that I bought, the Super 260 for 10 bucks. But they've got that decathlon as well. So all of these now, according to what I just saw, is they're all going to be on sale here for the spring sale. So I don't know what those prices will be, but that's what my sources tell me. And my sources being the Hangar Studio 713 Discord channel. So anyway, so save a little money, you know, by not picking up the FSS 727 passenger, but potentially that money is right back out the door with some Hangar Studio stuff. But the cool thing about that Hangar Studio is, I mean, even full price, it's kind of like our Cessna 310L that we love so much. Is like it's already a steal. I mean, it was $10 for that Navion. So if you're still a little tight on cash, you know, it's not payday quite yet, you can't hit the spring sale, I would tell you that you're getting an outstanding value at full price, at least for the Navion. I don't have his other aircraft. I don't know that I like this so much. A little low-level fog, a little haze. I don't like this much at all. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This could make things, as they say, spicy, because there's not exactly an ILS approach into wisdom here. So this is interesting, and I knew there was a chance of this. I did. I knew there was a chance of some of this, but I was hoping we were going to get lucky and be able to sneak past it, but maybe not. We might be IFR on top. Gosh, we could get down low. We could scud. We could run the scud here, couldn't we? We're almost to that. Hey Chandler, thanks for flying along, man. Anytime. Good to hang out with you. How was the weather at Wisdom there, by the way, you guys? And we may have had some sim weather adjustments there, because it was obviously one of those deals. But I'm going to see if we can get down low here and keep it tight. Let's put in 1605 for the next VOR. And yeah, we're generally staying on it. I can still see the interstate, so if we can at least get down to where we can see that, I think we have a fighting chance. And maybe this isn't as thick as I think it is. The two issues, right, are, number one, we don't have anti-ice in this bad boy. We've got some prop de-icer, but like it's not really equipped to deal with a lot of ice. And then of course number two, if we just get too low in the mountains, it's just not a good situation. So we have to do our darndest here to head towards this VOR. I think this pass, I think this is Preston Pass, that if we go this way, and I want to just stay along here. But here again, this is where we might be. I mean, I'm ducking down, but we may have to climb up above 6,500. we're just going to kind of have to see. Preston Pass, if we went that way, that's 5,400. But yeah, now that we get down here, it's not as bad. Alright, so is this our... That's, I think, our interstate here. Just like a little bit of a low haze. So I can live with that. We'll just scud run it. We're not... I mean, we're at 5,200 feet, which is not legal westbound VFR. So we'll try to get ourselves back up. 22. So we want to turn. I'm estimating that our turn's going to be about 5 miles before we get to that BOR. And we should see again Interstate 15. It's a big divided road. We should see that guy going heading to the south. And then from there, we're gonna need some clear sky. That's all there is to it. I've only been to Butte one time. It was a kind of a cool trip. We actually went and visited a ruby mine and mined some rubies. Like you can pay for a bucket of pay dirt and basically pan out the pay dirt, and whatever rubies you find you get to keep. It was pretty cool. We end up with nothing major, but enough that I was able to make my wife a necklace and some matching earrings. They'll kind of weigh them up for you and give you like they'll tell you how many carats and the quality and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. And it takes like the one bucket. I mean, I think you pay, I don't remember what it was at the time. It wasn't too bad, but it keeps you busy all afternoon. It's hard work to hand pan a bunch of rubies, or a bunch of pay dirt for rubies. Yep, so we're definitely needing to climb here, aren't we, guys? 6,500 might have been enough, though. We're going to be up there here in just a second. But it's a very interesting area. Still kind of a rough and tough place, from what I understand. I had a friend that lived in Montana for years, and at the time he lived in Bozeman. He was the one who went up here, and he kind of was telling me some stories about, it's still very much was a mining town, and there's still this big, I don't know if it's a copper mine or what, that's on the outskirts of town, and it's no longer functional, obviously, but there's just a big mining influence. I think there's still lots of gold mining in the area, and obviously the ruby deal. I mean, so but it also kind of has that, still a little bit of that old west, wild west, rough and tumble on a Friday night, type of thing. But really a cool place, from a history standpoint. Oh boy, it looks a little thicker on the other side here, guys. Eesh. And we'll fly right over it here. We're on our way. Okay, I can drop down. How are we doing here? I'm predicting we've got about 10 miles to make our turn. Should be getting this. Ought to be kind of, yeah, we're closing right in on Butte. So if the visibility is okay, you're going to see this is a gigantic, and I don't remember, you guys can look it up if you want to, but it is a gigantic pit, and it has two large reservoirs out in front, and they're just both nothing but, they're just toxic sludge basically from from the mining. And apparently the mine basically just kind of closed, and like that was it. They just packed up and headed out and did back in that time they just did no reclamation there. So there's Burt Mooney Field, and yeah, it's just too, darn it, it's just too hazy to see it, but it's really something. Hey, go jump on it there, Fixie. Hangar Studio 713. I'm sorry, I was going to try to pick up a website for you, but I hit this haze layer. Now I'm a little worried that I've lost my interstate. But yeah, if you just do a web search for Hangar Studio 713, you will see it. I think so. Like, I have really been impressed with the little Navion. The Navion's got, there's a couple little things, that it's got a little texturing issue with the altimeter, but otherwise, like, it's been really fun, and it integrates all kinds of different avionics suite, so I can fly it with my TDS, and yeah, it's been cool. So, but yeah, that Super Decathlon, that was when I didn't really know anything about that developer until he released that, and I actually went in when I initially was looking to kind of purchase something. I went in specifically thinking I was going to grab that, and I saw that Navion. I'm like, oh man, this looks kind of cool. By the way, I've completely lost my interstate, so I'm just flying directly towards the VOR right now, in the hopes that I that I pick my interstate highway back up here at some time. But yeah, go check it out, Brett. I mean, even at full price. Oh gosh, there's some towers. I gotta be careful. Even at full price, they're only $15. Like, so it's not like you're breaking the bank anyway. But yeah, man, if I don't know what the sale is, but I just saw him announce that on his Discord channel. So, and he popped in actually I just told him on a whim one night. I said, hey, I'm going to fly your plane on stream if you want to stop by. He's like, okay. He popped in. I'm like, oh, this is way cool. And then he joined the Virtual USA Flying Club, and so he shot out like a couple of liveries and stuff for the Navion. And so anyway, he seems like a good dude. Gosh, I am really struggling, you guys, trying to pick up my interstate. Where the heck am I? Okay, I know that this VOR is right along the road. So if I hit the VOR, I'm going to be a little bit north of where I'm supposed to be. So, because I'm like at 5 miles. This is where I thought I would see the fork in the road. I got to go down and try to find the interstate. Is this it? This might be it. There's the interstate. Okay, cool. Now, yeah, I am looking for. Okay, there's the interstate. I'm looking for Interstate 19 or 15, and this might be it. This might be the turn. It'll be a divided highway. Oh, I'm way north of my VOR. I'm screwed. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm on it. I'm going north, and I should be going south. That's what it is. That's what it is. Let's turn around. Let's turn around. Because then the VOR will be off to our right, off to our west. Yes, indeed, my friends. I think we found. All right, nice. Unfortunately, not improving visibility like I'd hoped. But the next turn is only about 10 miles or so. What's my map say here? 16 miles. All right. And it's a right-hand turn, and it should be there. So there's one road that I see that forks off. We're going over Deer Lodge Pass, which is 5,902 feet. So I need to climb a little bit here, but I'm going to try to keep ground contact. So there's a road right there at Deer Lodge Pass. I don't want that one, but I want the next one down there at the Dewey Divide. Just going to stay right on the interstate here for a little bit more, a little farther. That to our right, it looks like it's Mount Fleecer. We want to go around Mount Fleecer. The road will be on the other side of Mount Fleecer. So that's good. That's good. And we also have the Wise River, so we should be able to have another little landmark to follow. Okay, here we go. We got to climb, and the pass is 6,000 and or just a hair, 6204. So yeah, we got to go up a little bit here. And then we are looking at there's a turn that would take us west on the near side of Mount Fleecer, which we don't want. We want to go just to the other side, so it should only be about another 5 more miles, and there will be, boy, this is going to be tricky. If I tell you what, if we've got low haze like this, it's going to be tricky to find the airport. I mean, you can see okay, but you're almost going to have to be right over the doggone top of things. All right, I'm going to have to cheat a little bit here. Hey, thanks for flying, and have yourself a great night as well. We'll see you.
Have a great night, man.
I'm going to do the old keyboard trick to get my radio set to 22.9er. Alright, we're looking pretty good. We should be kind of over the pass a little bit here. Maybe not. Wise River Airport will be off our right, and it's a 5,800 foot airport, so yeah, shoot, I don't know. Chris, you're out? Alright, brother. As always, fun to spend a little time with you, man. And I hope you have a great Thursday. Have a good weekend if I don't talk to you between now and then. No stream on Saturday for me. I'll have, with any luck, I'll have grandkids here, so I won't see you till Tuesday, buddy. Have a good sleep. Am I still on? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. That same friend that took me to Butte, we had an epic fly fishing trip one day here, and we fished. I mean, well, it was 2 days worth of fishing. Man, it was fantastic. I don't think we caught very many fish, but man, we had a fun ride. We were all over the state, saw some historic trout waters. The problem is I was up there kind of middle of July, and it was, the water's low and warm, and so they had what are called hoot owl restriction, which means you can fish from like 5 in the morning till noon, and then you got to be done. Yep, we were fly fishing. But I got to say that I fished the the three rivers there, the big three, and basically what we did was we cruised all the way around, went past Quake Lake and clear up the western slope of the Gallatins, basically, or no, the Bitterroots, and man, we ate breakfast at one place, and then we would fish, and then we'd drive down the road and we'd eat lunch at another place, and then we would stop, and it was just great. It was fantastic for not catching diddly squat for, you know, as far as the fish goes. It still rates as one of my favorite fishing trips of all time. It really was. It was awesome. Here we go, guys. This is us. We're starting to clear up even. There's a nice little pass here taking us. We're gonna have Wise River Airport coming up here on our left. We'll just take a look at it because we're gonna kind of have to stay in this valley. But anyway, that road right there is reminded me of that. It was we went south down the mountains one way, turned at Quake Lake, and went north up the other way. And when we get on the ground, I'll try to track it out for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. I think if you'd hit it in the fall or earlier in the spring when the water was running, I think it's a much different fishing experience, needless to say. But it's cool to stop. I'm a fly shop guy. I love stopping at fly shops. I picked up all kinds of good stuff at like 7 or 8 different fly shops. But my friend joked. He said, really, the biggest hatch right now is the bikini hatch, and he was right. Like the thing to do up here in July apparently is to get a bunch of friends, get some inner tubes, and hop in the river and just float down the river, and got to have one tube that has your cooler, and yeah, it's just nothing but college kids. But the water's only, heck, in some places it's only knee deep, you know. So, and it's really too warm to fish. And there were one of the 2 days we actually stopped even before noon because we were standing in the creek, and we're like, you know, you could just feel how warm the water was, and we're like, we don't think the fish are stressed enough as it is, and we kind of called it early. But the one thing about Montana
that was an absolutely stunning area of the country to go flying in, Brant. Thank you as always for putting together these events.
It makes me happy that you had fun, and thanks for flying along, buddy. Have a good weekend.
Absolutely, you too, man.
But anyway, I don't remember what I was saying. It was just a great couple days. It was the start of my summer break that year. I had a little time off in July, so that's when I went. All right, I want to look here. Wise River. It's coming right up, guys. Maybe it's just right in here. I don't know. Kind of over here. Is there an airstrip over here, guys? It's right after this road, I think, on the sectional. Right in here. Does it look like there's anything? Oh, maybe it's past, a little bit past. No, we're not quite there yet. Sorry. It is coming up. There's this guy here. Maybe this. Is this it? Does this look kind of like a landing strip? It could be. Everything looks like a land. No, it's got a ditch going through it. That's not it. We're gonna keep going. It's not. Well, we're not quite there yet. I'm sorry. I'm looking. There's a. Maybe is this our road? Heck, I don't know. It may be more off of down. Oh wait, that might be it right there. Let's go take a look. Let's go have a flyby here as long as we're in the area. It'll be all default, so it probably won't look like much, but we can at least say we saw it. Oh yeah, that looks to me like an airstrip. We'll just do a little low pass. Got to get back. Got to get right back on that valley. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to be. Is it supposed to? Is it supposed to be paved? I don't know. It's us though. Alright, yeah. We definitely found it. Cool. Alright. Brake, brake, brake. Practicing up for my for the air show. Tactical brake right there. Should have went into a reverse Cuban, but all right. So back up to the road here, if I could find it. It's probably stupid. I'll probably lose my way. It's back in this valley here. It's easy to find. Go. Alright, so we need to follow this up and around, and then it looks to me like it tees off to the north, but we want to stay heading. Our part of it will keep going straight and then eventually curve back down to the southwest a little bit, and that's the last kind of right, like we're in here. We're going to follow this. There's going to be this road going to the north. We're going to stick with it and follow this guy down, right down there. So hopefully, now that I found Wise River, I feel better about where we are. And we do have this. We do have that. I'm zoomed in so far though that you can't tell where we are. But yeah, this is nice, you guys, isn't it? This really is nice. I haven't been outside very much here. I should have. It's hard to do the drone view and still fly in amongst this stuff. I'm happy that it's cleared up. That makes me feel a lot better about finding things. Oh, look at that. What is that? Oh, I thought that was like some kind of a dredge. Like this is just pure gold mining country all the way through here. I don't even know how many current and active mines there still are. And so as you drive up and down these roads, you just see tailings. Like, I don't know how well this kind of shows. Like, it's just all dredge tailings and stuff in here. That doesn't look too bad, but it is it has been mined. Let's just say that. This is a pretty part of the world, isn't it? So I have the real date. I'm honestly surprised. I figured there'd be a little more snow up here still, but I'm not sure what kind of a winter they had. Generally, they get a lot of snow in the Bozeman Butte kind of area, which is where we are. And so, yeah, I'm a little surprised, but you know, if it's kind of down the lowland, 6,500, so that's about 1,000 feet higher than the city I live in, and we are, except for right now because it's snowing, but we're pretty well melted off of everything and nice and green. And hey, was that was my road going north? Okay, so we're gonna stay on this, and it should be turning. Yeah, it should be turning back to the southwest a little bit if we're on the right track. And I think we're within our last, according to SkyVector, our last 22 miles. So we're getting close, guys. 122.9 is what I have set. No idea what the winds are doing here, so we're gonna have to figure that out, aren't we? Wisdom. Excuse my yawn. The Wisdom Airfield has a runway 1 and a runway 19er, and both are left-hand patterns. So how about we come off of that? Let's set this to be. Oh, there's a pause. There's a freeze. Ooh, thank goodness. Let's set this to be north and south. And we'll plan accordingly. I think for the most part we'll kind of be coming almost where we can shoot a straight in, or the south facing runway, but I'm gonna do I think I'm gonna do an overfly and try to see if I can figure out what the wind situation is. The elevation is 6,100 feet, so I'm also trying to slowly climb here to get the pattern altitude. By the time this road comes all the way around to the south, as I'm looking at my map, that's pretty much where we are. That's where the field will be. So as I'm climbing, I'm also trying to get a little bit of speed off. Just going to set that up there so it doesn't keep altitude alerting me. Alright. I need to get my head on a swivel because we're getting pretty close. There is a little bit of a road that goes to the west, and I kind of see like the town of Wisdom right there. So I'm hoping I'll see one or both of those, and then the airfield is just directly south of all that. It's just a rancher's kind of grass field runway though, so there's not like a ton of buildings and things like that. I don't think it has like a beacon or anything. I'm just double checking that. It does have a wind indicator, but not lighted. Yeah. And that's it. Oh, hey, hello. And yeah, it would definitely be dark here right now. We would not be getting into this place if I'd have filmed this thing real time. So I'm happy we made it dawn. Plus, you guys know I'm a sucker for those dawn flights anyway. Man, this is kind of opening up and just turning into a big, beautiful valley. I'm always surprised when I come down here also, just how much agriculture there is. Like, it's a huge farming area. Even around Bozeman, you think Bozeman, you think skiing and all that, but fishing and, you know, but like it has got, and I don't know how much of it's still farmed by the original landowners or what, but like it has got some major, huge farms. This place, you can really grow a lot of stuff up here. Alright, well, we're at 7,400, so I feel like we're at a good pattern altitude. Plus, we should be able to maybe see the field up here a little bit better. And I'm going to just let the speed kind of hover right here, around 110, 120. We've got to be within about 5 or 10 miles of where we're at. I'm trying to look at the map and see, you know how you do, you like look at every curve and you look at where the river is and all that good stuff. And I don't really see anything yet that's looks like the town of Wisdom, so this is my kind of jam right here, man. This is a cool spot in the world. If we do fly to McCall, we'll probably be a little bit more IFR and try to set up an instrument approach. I haven't tried any kind of an instrument approach in this plane yet. I have no reason to think it wouldn't fly it well, but it would be kind of fun to maybe try that. I don't think I did. No, because the first time I flew it, I blew the engine up, and then where were we flying that day? Did we end up? Maybe we did. Maybe we flew into McCall. Maybe that's where we ended up too. Gosh, I don't remember. I feel like we were in the McCall area though, because we flew to. It was Lower Loon that I crashed and burned. But maybe we did. As we went back into McCall, maybe we shot an RNAV or something. But if we fly there, I think that's what we'll probably do is use a little more automation. I don't know, maybe not. Fun to hand fly, but it's also fun to put it on autopilot so I can visit with you guys. And you don't get as many outside shots when I'm hand flying either, so I kind of feel bad about that. Yeah, I think this is the last little turn here, and then we should see the town, whatever there is, of Wisdom. And then again, like a mile past that, it should be the airfield, Wisdom International Airport. Thanks again, you diehards that are out there. And what a great way to spend a Thursday night. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. And if you're not already, I know I haven't done my shameless promotion. My chatbot has, but this is what we do at the Virtual USA Flying Club, these types of events. So if you like this sort of thing, yeah, man, come on over. That link, if you type !VUFC, Victor Uniform Foxtrot Charlie, that'll give you a link that takes you to our Discord, and that's where we'll get you hooked up with everything. Obviously we fly on VATSIM, so you do need to have a valid VATSIM ID, but if you're nervous about flying on VATSIM, this is a good way to kind of learn how to do it and get over that fear. As you can tell, sometimes you don't talk to any ATC. Like we haven't talked to anyone tonight, nor would we have Except, I guess, if we were coming into Bozeman, that is a controlled airfield. But we'll teach you like how to do all that stuff, and you'll have fun. You'll fly in amazing places with outstanding people. Wisdom traffic, stationair 11816 is about 3 miles north of the field at 8,000. We're going to overfly and determine which way to land. Wisdom. Yeah, I see the town, right? That's got to be the town. I see some like streets. So that would put our airfield down here somewhere. And yep, there's our little road heading out to the west. Okay, I can't, like, as I'm just letting the plane fly, like, I don't feel necessarily that it's moving me east or west, so that either means that the wind is calm or it's right in our face or right off our tail. So perhaps where would we be? Job number 1, find the field. We end up getting a little too high. The airfield, it looks to me like it's actually on the right side, so the side of the highway that we're on. So let me swing out here a little bit, just so I can not fly over the top of it. But I think it's fairly close to the road, guys. I mean, I do. So let's look right down, almost on this curve, you guys, I think is where we're at. Okay, yeah. Let's just see if we can see anything here. Wisdom traffic, stationary 816. We're going to overfly the field 7,100 from north to south. Wisdom. Alright, I see what could potentially be a, yeah, I see like a, yeah, compass and all that. That's not a compass, it's a, that might be where the windsock is. Yep, there we go. Okay, so cool. So it looks like an approach. If we land south, that's going to be good. Okay, yeah, there we go. There's our, all right, perfect. Wisdom traffic, stationary 816 is crossing midfield, 7,100. We're going to join the left-hand downwind for runway 19er, Wisdom. All right, I'm going to throw a notch of flaps out here. Yes, indeed, my friends. Yes, indeed. Oh, somebody's been out there already with the mower, leaking some gas or something. What the heck? Alright, there we go. Wisdom traffic, stationary 816 is left downwind 19er. Wisdom. $6,100, so we're looking good. I'm going to let that little building be my marker there. My visual. Nice. Wisdom traffic. Stationary 816 is left base 19er. Wisdom traffic. Wisdom traffic, stationary 816 is turning final 19er, Wisdom. Overshot it just a little bit, didn't I? Think we'll be okay. We're a little quick. Displace threshold though. Hold it, hold it, hold it. And down. All right. Welcome to Wisdom. What do you think? Do we taxi back on the dirt road or what? Bluegrass taxi. Wisdom traffic. Stationary 16 is clear of 19er. We're going to grass taxi back to the hangar. Thanks, Susie. Thanks for still being here, Kevin. Appreciate you, buddy. Alright, clean up the flaps. Start the APU. Just kidding. Like my grandson would say, Pop, are you just kidding? Yeah, this is a cool little spot, you guys, isn't it? What a... there's some hippies over there camping. Dang Montana hippies. We're going to the FBO, though. What do we got here? How do I get in here? Got to come around. Somebody got their tail dragger out here. That's all I know. We're going to a different tent. There we go, wisdom. Can I get in here? I can get in here, but can I get back out? I want to go to McCall. You guys okay? You want to go to McCall? I'm not ready to be done yet. I do need to stretch, though. Okay, let's keep the RPMs to about 1,000. Set the parking brake. Turn off all of this business here. Nav light can stay on. Alright, so give me a moment here to stretch, refill the beverage. And yeah, we'll let's plan a leg down to McCall. What do you say? I'll be right back. feel like we should maybe look around a little bit here too, shouldn't we? Let's have a look around, because I think he's done some stuff. Let's see, can I get, well, what are we doing? Here we go. We're here, no, we're here, what are we? Alright, stand by, there we go. Drone cam. That's my drone cam not working. My drone cam. There we go. Yeah, look at this little farm. The heck? He's got like a Swiss flag or something? What is that? What country is that? Really nice. I think this is maybe some default assets, but I don't know if this might be his. That's pretty cool. Something about fences are cool too in your scenery, so. What flag is that? Is that a British flag? Is that the Union Jack? Nice, very nice. Like I said, I've got the scenery linked. It's a freeware. You can check it out if you want. Go download it yourself if you. Oh, that's Norway. Okay, cool, man. Shoes, you flew the CRJ from Peoria to Nashville tonight. Very nice, my friend. Oh, there's the hippie mobile. That guy's definitely missing his. Oh, he's had a good night. Oh my word! What the heck is going on? What's going on over here? These guys are talking about how they can, where they can score some weed. You know they are. Come on. This guy right here, he's wanting to know if she wants to go with him to Coachella. I almost expect to see a downwind sim note on the picnic table, don't you? Alright, enough horsing around. Let's go to McCall. What do you say? One last leg. How far is it? Probably about another 100 miles. We got it in us? I think we do. About, what do you think there, old Red? You got it in you? We're going to have to do some more refueling on the fly, but that's alright. Flight plan. Menu. We're gonna delete that current flight plan and all its waypoints. And then we're gonna go in here. We are at Sierra 7 Sierra 4. Wisdom 7 Sierra 4. And we're going to McCall, Kilo Yankee Mike Lima. Nope, Kilo Mike Yankee Lima. There it is. This McCall is a Milo Sanks, 120 miles. All right, yeah, that's very doable. It's a Milo Sanks payware, so this one is not a freebie, but also very worth it. You've been listening for Annie West Voice. Yeah, man. Gosh. Yes, indeed. All right, and I'm thinking we're going to need at least half a tank again, so hopefully the A&P doesn't mind. Where am I? Coming out here and pouring gas in the engine while it's still running. Pretend that didn't happen. We'll just keep that between you and I. All right, let's do it. Here we go. Boom, strobe, taxi, landing, beacon. And what do we think we need? Before I get too squirrely, what do I propose we need here to continue our trip? Let's call S74 the in-between. Let's call AMYL the final destination. So if we go direct AVU, which is what we're going to do, I mean, we've got Big Hole Pass. We've got, you know, we could do all that stuff, but I think we're just going to get up here and freaking go. 10-4. So we got 9.5. So yeah, we're going to need 10,500, looks like, all the way here. So, oh, and look out. What do we got? Snow. All right. We've got some some conditions here. 010, so we can land. We got an RNAV. Oh boy. I may have bitten off more than I can chew here, but that's alright. What did I say? 10,500, that's set? Alright, let's do it. And Wisdom traffic. Station error, November 11816 is departing 19er. Will be right turn out to the southwest. McCall. Or Wisdom. Alright, we'll take the we will take the displaced threshold too. I'm not ashamed. Alright, we're not totally lined up, but I think we'll be once we get going. Run it up here, hold the brakes. See what kind of manifold pressure we're making. Pretty good. Kind of to the tops of the RPMs. Here we go. Oh, she just crawls. She just crawls. Come on, girly. Oh boy, we are not going anywhere right now. There's finally airspeed. There's 40. Oh my lord. I'm glad I took that displaced 50, and we could probably lift the nose a little bit here. There we go. Ooh, we needed every bit of that. 6,000 feet. Yeah. I'm not oxygen starved. You're oxygen starved. Okay. Let's turn out and begin our climb. Final leg here, heading to McCall. Been a great evening. We started all the way back in Roundup, Montana. Made a quick stop in Bozeman. Just finished landing at Wisdom. I do feel like we're a little wiser. And now trying to stall apparently because I'm climbing at crazy speed. Let's nose over. Let's get to our 100. Let's get to our VY here. What do you say? Could we? Can we? Maybe? Can't be in a hurry up here at 7,500, right? Just gotta kind of let it happen. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. We're going to turn more or less on course. We'll go heading mode first here and try to kind of intercept the outbound, if you will. I'm going to be hoping for about a 500 foot per minute climb rate, which is what we have. Roughly. Well, maybe it capped at about 800 feet per minute, but that's okay. Our airspeed, we're actually a little high on the airspeed right now, but let me pull back because I'm redlining my manifold pressure. I'm going to leave it at 35 on the climb until we're up here to 10,500. Let's arm. That was my I may need to go here first. There we go. Let's arm it, and now we can climb. Can I? Oh, what have I done? There we go. There we go. Now we're in business. All right. Looking good. Looking good. Blue Pitch Gaming. Hello. Hello. Are we on the way up or on the way down? Yeah, we're going. Yeah, we're heading from a little tiny place called Wisdom, Montana, to McCall, Idaho. And you can't really see the airstrip anymore, but Yeah, we're on the western slope of the Bitterroot Mountains right now. Welcome in. Nice to see you. Kind of our last leg of the evening. But we've had some fun tonight. We started out in a place called Roundup, and then we made a little stop at Bozeman, and from Bozeman then we went into Wisdom. So it's been a lot of fun. Oh, I was going to show you guys. The fishing trip, the epic fishing trip here. All right, where did I put my Acme mapper? Oh, and we didn't figure out. Okay, we also didn't figure out how much we were paying for ramp fees. All right, so we've got two things we have to do. Am I gonna make it over top this hill? Let me hop back inside the flight deck for one moment here. I think we're okay. I'm gonna actually dip it to the right a little bit for just to ensure clearance. But all right, so yeah, so this was kind of our epic fishing weekend I was talking about. So here's Bozeman, and so we went from Bozeman, we went down the road here and fished. This is which one of the rivers is this? Is this the Yellowstone? No, the Gallatin maybe. All right, get to it's the Gallatin. Okay, so we fished the Gallatin down from Bozeman, basically down past Big Sky, clear the heck down here to Hebgen Lake, and then Hebgen Lake is also known as Quake Lake, and it's got that that giant side of the mountain that fell in and created the lake. And then we fished this. Yeah, there's Quake Lake. The Madison, so that's the second of the three big rivers. We fished the Madison, and I think we made it. Actually, I think we made it as far as Quake Lake the first day. So that was a morning right there. And then the second morning we drove. I believe we drove. No, we fished a little bit of this section too, because the second day we came out here and we picked up kind of where we left off, a little bit farther north. Yeah, past Ennis and up through here. There's all kinds of places to turn out and fish, and it's pretty dang cool. But this is the Headwater State Park, and then the last river is the one that actually comes out of Bozeman, which is actually, I'm horrible at my river names, but anyway, that was the loop. It was all the way from Bozeman down past Quake Lake, back up past Ennis, and man, oh man, was that a fun couple of days. Highly recommend doing that. And if you're like an out-of-state guy, man, it's very reasonable. Out-of-state fishing license is like, at the time, I think it was like less than $20 a day or something like that. But anyway, that was it. Heisenberg, hey, what's up? What's up? This makes you really miss having your Velocity 1 yoke set up. Used to regularly do random routes around the U.S. and Europe and commercial size stuff. Just haven't had time to fly in recent months. I'm sorry to hear that, man. But you know, dang it, we all kind of like, life takes us on funny paths sometimes, right? I'm pretty lucky. My schedule right now is really very, for the most part, very stream friendly. Oh my lord, hold on here while I talk about this. Let's do this. Oh my goodness sakes. Anyway, my schedule right now very stream friendly. By the way, hi, I am here. We'll go back to this view though. But I know that can change. That might change here in a couple of months. I'm actually getting ready to retire at the end of May, and then pursue kind of a different career path. I don't know what that looks like yet, but I do acknowledge that that might mean that my streaming schedule could be impacted. So I'm kind of ready for that, just in case. I mean, I don't know if I'm ready, but I'm acknowledging that that's a possibility. All right, 10,500. Let me. Oh gosh, and I over RPM. Did you see that? I was in the red line for RPMs there. I've been so good at treating this thing right, and then I turned my back for a second. So did we get any stress here? No, but a little cylinder head stress. And is my cylinder heads? I must have CHT'd it a little bit there. Yep, now we're better, but yep, that was bad. That was bad. That's not treating your aircraft properly. All right, I'm gonna go in, and while I'm flying here, let me hop back out. We're more or less on course here, and I don't see any major terrain issues. So let me hop back outside, give you a little outside view, and I'm gonna go clean up some paperwork on the Virtual USA Flying Club side of things. Just making sure I don't have anybody else in the air. Looks like that's us. All right, cool. Very cool. That is done. Ooh, we're hitting some we're hitting some marginal VFR weather here, aren't we? So Heisenberg's been working on his P1 rating for 2 months, and no time to fly. Hey, that's it's the way it goes. Iowa Scotsman. Oh man, you haven't Iowa Scotsman. I didn't realize you hadn't been in anything flight sim wise for the past couple of months. Wow, man. Yeah. Well, you and did you have a chance to watch Rob Valkyrie do his first little race? I was pretty proud of him, man. He looks like he's gonna fit right into that league. You guys make that look way too easy, by the way. Oh yeah, so he had posted something on the Discord, and let's see, where was it? I don't know if it's. I don't think it's. trying to find it here. I'm not sure if it's the same league. It's the Trackalicious was who streamed it. The Next Level Racing GT3 Pro Championship. So it doesn't sound like it was your iRacing league, but it was kind of cool to watch. It was his first race, and I think he qualified for the race, which was cool, and then he finished like 12th out of 18 or something like that, which he thought he was going to finish last, but he did well. I was, like I say, I was impressed. It was fun to watch, very entertaining. It looked like, you know, it's like all these. It's not like the Formula One cars, right? It's like I don't know. I'm gonna act like I know my cars, but I really don't. But like Porsches and stuff like that. Yeah, yours is the major series. Gotcha. But anyway, he said it's just, you know, one of those things where it's like so many ways to configure your car and fine tune it, and he's like, yeah, it's just so much to learn. But I think he just sounds like he's just really enjoying the heck out of it. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what the heck I'm doing here. I want to go direct McCall. Let's enter and activate that, and then we're going to go to nav mode, and I think we should be heading direct to it. Okay, there we go. Now again, guys, we like there's weather, as you can see. We are clear of terrain. 10.5 is the MSA for the area, so we're good there. And right now, again, we see McCall weather 0 and 0 at 5, 3 statute miles of visibility, snow, broken 3,200, and broken 4,300, overcast 10. Okay, so I am going to attempt to plug in an RNAV 3-4 from Peapuck. Now, I've done this before in other aircraft. I don't know that I've done this in this aircraft, but I'm thinking the more I think of it, the more I think maybe we did try to shoot some sort of instrument approach into here the last time we were in the area. So anyway, we'll go Peapuck. And I'm actually going to just activate the potato right now, because it's going to take us a little south of the field. Yeah, so you can see a little bit of an adjustment there, but that's okay. Again, yeah, we're clear of all terrain, so we can go ahead and get ourselves heading that way. Currently having some leg issues. Oh, man. Oh, you're going to go in to get that checked out? Okay, okay. Yeah, that's no bueno. Like, on top of everything else, like, a guy doesn't need to have his body giving him fits. Well, I hope they can give you some answers on that, man. It's like, I know you get to a certain age, and I'm living proof, man. It's like it's a new pain every day. Something new hurts. Okay, I hope we don't pick up ice. That's the one thing, like, all we can do is shed the prop ice. If the airframe starts to cube up, we're, well, let's just say we're starting my fishing trip a little early. Not a lot of places to freaking bail right here. This could be tough. This would be a tough place for failure. I mean, a really tough place. I don't know what you do. You try to take it down into the valley, right? You try to find some place in here that's halfway flat and level. I don't know what you would do. I know if you flew this in real life, you'd be doing nothing but saying, there's a bailout spot. There's a bailout spot. There's where we're going if this. There's where we're going. Like, I don't know. I think the thing about Yeah, see, even that would be tough. The thing about having to do an emergency landing out here is like you're hundreds of miles from anybody, right? So it would be like surviving the landing would be only the first part of surviving. What's my OAT? Negative 12. So we're definitely in icing conditions, stick figure. Welcome in, by the way. How are you, man? We're in and out of the clouds, so hopefully we manage. It's already, oh man, it's already Friday where you live, right, Sticky? Happy Friday, bud. Yeah, as I'm looking between, so, I mean, you do have like there's all these little places along the way, right? Emergency place here. There's Cold Meadow, Cabin Creek. I mean, like if you knew kind of where you were at, you would have a shot at finding some. Oh, you're in Missouri, okay? So you're still like me. You're still stuck in Thursdayville. So I wonder if that would show if I zoomed in far enough. I wonder if any of those would show. Yeah, there's one of them. Okay. Oh heck yeah! So I guess there's more places than the guy realizes. Now, finding them on your 530 and finding them looking out the window, that's a whole other thing. Stick your head out the window like a skydiver here. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. I'm sure they have something, right? Some kind of EPIRB. Good call, Heisenberg. But yeah, you'd want to, you'd have your flight plan filed and all that stuff, so people would have a rough idea of where you were if you didn't show up on time. But this, but honestly, right, this is the type of airplane that you'd fly up here, right? Station Air is built for this stuff. And no, I'm not going to simulate an engine failure because I already did that in this plane. I didn't mean to do it, but I did it. I over-temped it, and it cut out on me at Lower Loon Creek last time we were flying. Alright, so a Station Air has a gross weight of approximately 4,000 pounds, guys. So for Bozeman, we would have a $10 landing fee, and then we would have $3 for, so like it would be, what I say, so like $12. So it'd be like you'd get in and out of Bozeman for 25 bucks. Now, we were looking at, I won't be able to find it. We were also looking at Jackson Hole. Jackson Hole is $5 a pound for per 1,000 pounds. So that already we're at 15 bucks, and my landing fee, yeah, so 5,000. Is there any kind of a parking fee? I don't know. So anyway, you're paying almost double to go to Jackson Hole, but then you're paying $9 and change at stinking Aspen, man. Wow. Crazy. Probably why you don't see a lot of Cessna 206 pilots flying into Jackson Hole. Man, it has just been crickets for ATC tonight. I mean, I get it. Like, Thursdays in Toronto, they do have a Mexico event every Thursday as well. It's kind of fun. But, boy, nothing out our way anyway. Again, I thought there'd be a lot of stuff popping up with all this snow. Billings is on, that's kind of cool. I don't see Billings Tower very often. That's part of Salt Lake's airspace. I thought we might see Salt Lake and Denver tonight, but I haven't even been able to give you anybody to listen to radio chatter here. Had to put up with me. Alright, back to business here. You guys, a quick check of everything. I get a little nervous staying outside too long because the only way I'm going to recognize icing, I don't think the visual part happens on this plane, but is if the performance starts to drop. And if that happens, I am going to try with all my might to find one of these places and land. But again, hopefully it won't come to that. Definitely more snow, though, as we get west. And it's going to be interesting getting into McCall. I was going to divert. Oh, wait a second. Now McCall is a green dot. Are we starting to maybe clear up a little bit, possibly? Yeah, that definitely looks better now. No more snow, scattered at 6,000, so it's improving. I do have weather turned on, too, but there's another little cell that might possibly impact us. But if I was going to divert, man, where would I go? I think maybe I'd just go down to Boise. That's a little bit of a ways, but we could make it. We could go back to Salmon, I guess. It's almost as fat, or by the time we get there, it'd be just as easy to go down. I'd probably pick Boise just because Boise has all those instrument approaches, nice long runways. Yeah, there's one of those airstrips down this way, but man, it'd be like, again, one thing knowing they're down there, but another thing finding them, especially if it's covered in snow. You might not even see it. Would be a bad day. Boy, we're skirting right up on the hills here, aren't we, guys? Wow. Again, trusting my charts here that says 10.5 is okay. I've got some 9,300 foot peaks in this area, but I think we're all right. We're going to be flying right by ID 41. If we can be able to see that. Once we get over the top of this, then we kind of can start to descend a little bit, kind of get into that valley there near McCall, and I think I'm at, yeah, so the approach I need to be between 14,000 and 10,000, and so we're in good shape there. That's at PPUC 10.5, and then we just step it down like it's going to be. We're going to have to manually do this because we don't have any kind of a vertical guidance here. But at PPUC, we've got about 10 miles to step down to 7,500, and then at 7,500 we got another 5 miles to get down to basically our minimums there, and that's when we have to make a choice. And right now it's looking good. Looks like we're just scattered at 6,000, so we're looking much better. Still landing northbound because the winds favor that, so that's good as well. Too bad I didn't add fuel in Wisdom because my engine was running. Yeah, that's right. Choosy. Yeah. We're just nursing it along, baby. Nursing it along. I got more than that. Must not be working. I got more than 4 hours. 5 hours in this bad boy now. Maybe not. I don't know. I've floated a lot, I feel like, but lots of little short legs, I guess. I could be about 5 hours is all in this thing. The night is 3-ish hours. Yeah, that might. I don't know. Let's we'll pay attention. Oh yeah. So that maybe that's on just this airframe, not on the other airframe. I don't know. That's kind of cool to have a little working tack on that, or is that that's not a tachometer? What's that called? It's that airframe hour counter-ometer. Sorry, I don't mean to be so technical with you guys. Yeah, there's not really much else for us to do, guys. I think we're pretty well set. We just need to get clear of the terrain and kind of start making our way in. And again, we don't have to descend, which is nice. We just stay right where we are. So let's, can I set a McCall BOR? Is there something nearby? There is a Donnelly BOR. 1620. I just want to have a little sense of how far out I am. I mean, I could, so 33 miles. I could definitely go back to flight plan here and it would tell me 32 miles to PPUC. So that's pretty close to what that is. That'll be a good indicator for us. I just also want to make sure we're on the magenta just in case we have any kind of engine issue. We can make our way to one of the alternates there. You know it's the end of the night when you're out of your decaf. Doing good. Doing good. Susie, shouldn't you be in bed, young man? Don't you have school tomorrow? Oh, no, wait, that's me. It's past my bedtime. Not only do I have school in the morning, but our coach's Bible group meets on Friday mornings, so it's an extra hour early. I got to be there at 6:30. So it's like, oh my goodness. It's a great group, though. I love going. And, but it makes for an early Friday morning. Now, the kicker tomorrow for me is that my wife actually has the day off. So I have to somehow get up early without disturbing the dogs, get them fed, and all that stuff without waking her up. So it could be interesting. But I think I'm up to the challenge. I can feel it. I'm definitely hitting the wall a little bit here myself. So I'm glad we did this last leg, though. This has been good. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. So we're flying by all kinds of airstrips, guys, and I have not been able to see anything. With all this snow, it might be pretty tough to pick places out around here. Oh, a little pause. A little bit of a pause. But take a look, man, we get to the other side. It looks like it's opening up a little bit. That valley looks familiar. Oh, that's Landmark over there. Yeah, okay, cool. We've been there, guys. We're getting there, dudes. Only about 30 miles away when we checked last, so I better hop back inside and see how close we're getting. What's it saying now? 20 miles out. Yep. So the hard thing here is going to be it's a pretty tough turn here from the angle that we're at. There is a hold that we could shoot, and maybe that would be a little easier on our navigation here. So let me do this. Let me set this guy to we're landing north, right? Let me spin him around to 3-4, and obviously it's tracking that VOR that's next to McCall, so I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to get like a little bit of a in fact, I might even do this. Let's take that off. I just want a little bit of a reference here because I'm going to fly the hold. Otherwise, as you can see, like it's more than a 90 degree. It's like a 120 degree turn here, but there's a published hold that we could fly And I haven't done that for a little while. So let's see. This is we can come in here. Let's fly this. We'll shoot a 160, and then we'll just make it a left-hand turn into to fly the approach. We'll try to maybe even get down to 10,000 feet while we do that. All right, cool, very cool, very cool. I like it. I like it. So the outbound is 160. I will set that. As soon as we get to Peepuck. And then, do I have a timer? I don't know. It would seem like we do, but I don't know how to use it. So I'll just count by Mississippi's. No, just kidding. I'll get my phone out here. Let's let technology work for us. Bum, bum, bum. Stop a watch. Okay, we're ready. We are ready. This is a big old lake here, and McCall is on the near side of this lake, right up here, right up yonder. Heck, we could turn in and fly this dang thing visually, couldn't we? We could. I'm going to. Cleared direct to McCall. We don't need to horse around with no RNAV approach. No stinking RNAV. What's my VTAP here, by the way? Anybody know? McCall Unicom is 2280. McCall traffic stationary 16 is 20 miles south. We are inbound runway 34 McCall. Currently at 10,400. I'm going to kind of come over here to the lake. Don't quite see the field just yet. But, like I say, no sense horsing around if we've got good visual conditions here. As much as I'm sure you guys all love watching me fly holds into RNAV approaches, like that's Twitch gold right there. I know. I'm probably ruining my chances of Twitch Entertainer of the Month by not flying that to hold, but there's the runway. Don't hate me, Shoozy, for not flying that hold. Why do I have such an issue with RNAV approaches? Well, it's because you never fly them. That might be why. McCall Unicom, you're confirming. Okay, cool. 2280. We're there, dude. And the McCall airfield elevation 5,000 roughly. So we're in good shape. We've got the runway in sight, and life, I think, is pretty good. Shoozy, what you got planned for tomorrow, my friend? Fruppy, how are you, man? Just in time, yeah. Heading into McCall. I am doing well. How about yourself? How are things in the future? How's Friday shaping up so far for you? Mighty early for you, right? The heck time is it? I'm horrible with other time zones. Long weekend, baby. Oh man, right? Wouldn't that be something? Working 410s or something. There's something to that. There's something to that. All right, y'all. We're going to be bringing her in. we're more or less lined up with the runway. And probably on about a 15-mile final at this point. Any big plans then? Rupel, you got anything going on? I'm hoping to have a little family coming in. I'm hoping my son and his wife and my grandkids are going to be able to make it. I'm also hoping my mom, she's been out of town. She traveled to see my brother. Hope she's going to be able to make it back tomorrow. But yep, Easter lunch stuff on Sunday. Cool, very nice. Yep, for sure, for sure. I think we're just going to hold 7,000 for now. We don't need to be get too low too fast here. Yeah, we're the problem, Rupel, is we're getting snow. It's been snowing all day, and the weatherman says we could have up to 9 inches of snow by the morning. And so I'm like, golly. Today, I mean, it's been really nice here. So, like, you know, everything is warm and it's melting off, and I'm like, okay. Cool. Yeah, no big deal. Like, we could use the moisture, right? It's going to help the gardens and all that stuff, right? But like, now the temperature is below freezing and it's going to accumulate, and so I'm worried. I'm worried that it's going to mess up everybody's travel plans. So we will see. We will see. Everybody's, you know, everybody's smart. They're safe. My son's got he's got a nice new vehicle that is safe, and he's grown up in around here, so he gets it. He knows. But you just you can't help but worry a little bit as a dad. And then my mom, you know, she's going to be, you know, on an airplane, and they're going to take care of her. But I worry about her. She has to make a stop in Denver. And I'm just worried that she's going to get hung up there. And she's a veteran traveler. She knows what she's doing. But, oh, hey, I got way off. But still, she's 80. And so you don't, like, I don't want her sitting around for 24 hours. We only have 2 flights a day that come into our little airport. And so if you miss it, it's kind of tough, man. What was I lining up for? Who knows? Goodness sakes. McCall, traffic, stationary 816 is on a 5-mile final, runway 34 at McCall. Alright, all my lights are on. Fuel's on the fullest tank. Gear is welded. Sorry, undercarriage is welded. Mixture and propeller full forward. Lights. Switches are on. Dumps. Check. Complete. I do need to put some flaps out here. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Might even be able to land no flaps here. This is such a nice long paved runway. Alright, 1 notch we'll have to do. Let's bring it down here. See what's happening. Yeah, this is Milo's McCall, but boy, there's not much better for a propeller head like me than the Idaho backcountry. Shoozy. That was pretty good. McCall traffic, stationary 816, short final 34, McCall. For a minute there, I thought I saw like lights. That's just the 1,000-footers, I think. I'm just going to go single notch here for landing, and because we got to roll it down a little ways, so I might even try to hold it off, go a little bit long. We'll see. I'm carrying some extra speed. Let's see if we can get down the runway a little bit here. Let the kiss. That'll work. That'll work, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, I guess I could have grabbed that taxiway, couldn't I have? Ah, thank you, Fripple. So this is just really a fun aircraft to fly. But yeah, that was a cool approach. Cool trip all the way around, guys. Alright, let's hang a right here, just in case anybody else is wanting to come in. This particular version, so the aircraft has 3 variants, and so this one here, the big bush wheel variant, apparently has some more custom fine-tuned ground handling, and it's like low level. So I don't know if that includes, like, you know, modeling ground effect a little bit, you know, or whatever, but like, man, it just handles really nicely, sort of down close to the runway. Thank you, Shuzi. So this is going to wrap us up, guys. We've pretty much blown half the state of Montana and now here into eastern Idaho. So I think that's probably a pretty good day's work. We're here at McCall again. We seem to be in this area a lot lately, but for good reason. This is a fantastic location. And this is just a nice little home base to do all kinds of flights, as you can see, whether it's bush flying or flying in from, you know, Wisdom, Montana. Like, it's just great to have a spot that you can call home. Alright, that all looks good, and let's make sure the avionics are off. Go ahead and go idle cutoff. And let's see how we did with our engine. So just a little bit, we over-temped the cylinder head for just a minute, but so a little bit of extra wear and tear there. We exceeded our limits, and so we'll have the A&P come out and fix that. I know that's kind of cheating, right? A little bit. Off. Can I put covers on? I wonder. Can I put anything on here? No. I need some exterior dirt. Oh, I had the exterior dirt. I think I just took it off, made it clean. Way too clean now. Yeah, way too clean. Yeah, let's get the dirt back on it. Oh yeah, that's much better. That's more. That's us after a day like today. I mean, Wisdom. Right, we landed at Wisdom on a dirt strip, and we landed at Bozeman. We took the runway 11, the grass strip there, so that was kind of cool. All right, well, shoot, you guys. That's gonna do it. That's gonna do it. I think what we'll try to do here is find somebody to raid out, but in the meantime, let's shoot the outro. Lots and lots of thankfulness again, you guys. It was It was fun to fly. Thanks for the Virtual USA Flying Club crew for coming along for the flight tonight. We had a small, intimate group here, but it all sounded like they all had a good time, which is what I'm all about. So I am again not planning any stream tomorrow, or sorry, Saturday, my usual Saturday stream, just because I think I'm going to have family in town. So if that changes because of weather and them not being able to make it or whatever, then that I may go ahead and do something. But for the time being anyway, no stream for me. So this is it for me for the week, basically, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I am back on a Tuesday. We've got a couple of little double header. We're going to fly the A320 down in Brazil. We're going to do a little Afonso Pena to Santos Dumont, and then I'm going to take the newly upgraded PC6 up into the PNG Highlands. It's been a little while since we've been up there with that Orbix PNG pack, so looking forward to that. So that will probably be my next stream. Yes, indeed. Fruit Bowl Shoozy, thanks for coming by. Thanks for hanging out. Shoozy especially, man, you're here all night long with me. Heisenberg, Stick Figure, great to talk to you. Iowa Scotsman, you were also here all night long. Blue Pitch Gaming, good to talk to you as well. Thanks for stopping by. Good Fixins, of course. Beethoven was here. Complete Freedom came in for a little bit. The usual cast of characters. And Brian Kabisky, you know what? I did not see your hello, and I'm sorry I missed you, but I'm glad. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you for stopping in. And I'm back in the GA. No big iron tonight. Brian, thanks again for stopping by. And Nick Gressel was here as well. So, again, thank you guys. If I missed anybody else, just understand I do really appreciate you guys. I am queuing up Mustafa. Let's go see. He's in that brand new passenger variant of the 727. And it looks like he's carving it in maybe on final approach here. So let's head that way. I'll meet you over there. And yeah, thanks again for a great flight. We'll see you on Tuesday. Can't wait to fly with you guys again. Take care.